Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So today in this video, I am going to show you one scenario which is still pointing out the price of Bitcoin might not have bottomed yet. Why? Because we know every time whenever we have seen this ATR normalize and this William percentage error giving us an exact value, after that, only after that, we have seen a price bottoming and also a new impulsive movement playing out here in price action of Bitcoin. Because if you look at this indicator here to the downside, whenever this ATR normalize was above this plus 95 area and at the same time this Williams percentage error around minus 95, you have seen this green line appearing. This green line appears when these two indicators is flashing us the exact value, and after that has actually indicated the market has bottomed and we could be seeing this new impulsive movement playing out here. And this is exactly what happened also in price action of Bitcoin when we had this price correction when the trend was in an uptrend in 2017. This indicator flashed a buy signal, and after that you can see the price of Bitcoin gained almost like around 2077%. After that, we had this downtrend or markdown phase. But when we had this bigger price retracement also in 2018, this indicator flashed a buy signal. After this buy signal, we saw a new impulsive movement where the price of Bitcoin gained almost like around 350%. Same scenario unfolded again and again. Whenever this indicator has flashed a buy signal, right after that the price of Bitcoin has showed some very massive movement. And now the question here is, after this buy signal what we witnessed in 2021, price of Bitcoin gained around 135%, right? And now we are seeing this markdown phase type of scenario. Even the correction what we are witnessing right now, you can see this indicator is still staying quiet, which is indicating maybe the bottom is not in yet. Because we know, guys, not just only this indicator, but also if you look at this price action in a weekly time frame using this one very important scenario, which has also pointed out whenever the price of Bitcoin has lost the support from this 50 weekly moving average, after that we have seen a bigger price retracement. And I have been saying this so many times and showing you also in my video, because we have seen the price of Bitcoin breaking the support from this 50 weekly, after that getting gravitated towards the 200 weekly moving average, failed to find support at this 50 weekly, got retraced towards this 200 weekly moving average. Same scenario you can see, right, is unfolding again and again. And since the price of Bitcoin has also already lost the support from this 50 weekly moving average, we have to be extremely careful, because we could be getting gravitated towards the 200 weekly moving average, and only after that maybe this indicator is going to flash the buy signal. And also, guys, before I talk about another scenario, if you haven't destroyed that like button yet, then do it right now. And also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now let me quickly switch the chart. Besides this, what I also want to talk about is this Wyckoff's market cycle, right? Because we know everything is pointing out the price of Bitcoin is clearly showing the sign of weakness, and we could be seeing this potential downward price movement. So that's why, guys, even this Wyckoff's redistribution phase is playing out exactly just like as shown here in the example, which is also pointing out we could be slowly heading towards this downward direction, and only after forming this actual accumulation phase we are going to start with this new Markov phase for Bitcoin. So that's why, guys, for us it's very important that we are not over leveraged and also are using a proper risk management strategy. And beside this, guys, what I also want to quickly talk about is this ascending channel, which has also rejected the price here in a daily time frame. And now after getting rejection from this ascending channel, the lower line area which previously acted as a strong line of support, now this here is also showing a sign of weakness, which is pointing out the price of Bitcoin, right, could be slowly starting this downward movement towards this 30,000 range. Because this line right now is so important for us, the area where we are right now in a smaller time frame. Let me show you that. Yesterday I showed you that according to this descending channel around this area, right, according to this descending channel, we have seen this price retracement. But one thing for us is so important here in the medium short term. If the price of Bitcoin wants to show any sort of impulsive movement, we have to overcome this obstacle, which is this central line. right? This central line is very, very important for us because we know right now this is the exact line where we could be getting gravitated here in the medium short term, and also flipping that into support could trigger a relief rally type of scenario inside this descending channel, because we know this line, this central line, is a very, very important line for Bitcoin. So if we do manage to get above this 36,400, 36,500, then here in the medium short term, maybe we could be seeing some relief rally type of scenario playing out, because not just only the center line of the descending channel, if you simply look at this price action using this falling trend line, because we have seen, guys, this falling trend line always acted as a strong line of support. Since the price of Bitcoin is below it, what could this line do? This line could be acting as a resistance. So even if this is going to be a resistance, right, here in the medium short term, we could be expecting some sort of a relief rally again towards this 36,400, 36,500, and only, guys, only flipping that into support. This trend could be potentially showing this relief rally type of scenario for Bitcoin, because we know, guys, we know if you look at this price action around this area in a smaller time frame, why this relief rally kind of scenario would make sense if the price actually breaks this resistance line. Because now, if you simply look at the price structure around this area here in an hourly time frame, we are also forming this broadening wedge type of scenario. Let me show you that here. So according to this, in a smaller time frame, this is in a smaller time frame, please be careful. You can see the price of Bitcoin right now is forming this so-called descending broadening wedge, and if this descending broadening wedge is going to play out, right, then we can see here in a smaller time frame, we have to overcome this obstacle around this upper line area, which is lying around 36,300, 36,400 range, right, and flipping that into support could trigger another movement towards the first target, right, and this first target is going to be the top of this descending broadening wedge, which could be lying around 36,400, 36,500. Only after breaking out of this line, right, we know the price of Bitcoin could be starting this new relief rally type of scenario here in a smaller time frame, because that is central line or the descending channel line, and only after breaking out of this trend could be potentially heading here to the upper direction. Not just only this falling trend line, also the central line from this descending channel. You can see this central line is also lying around this exact price target from this descending broadening wedge. So if we flip that, right, if we find support above this line, then we can see we will be breaking out of this falling trend line, right, and also breaking out of this center line from this descending channel. But if we do fail to break out of this resistance, right, and also break out of this upper line area from this descending broadening wedge, we have to be very, very careful, because you can see the lower price target, right, if we are going to fail, is going to be around the lower line area from this descending channel, which could bring the price around this 32 to 33,000 price area. So this are some of the interesting scenario I thought sharing with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.